Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to this little live session coding, and I'm actually in a park. If you wonder where I am, it's a beautiful, lovely park. I just really like it. I love coding here because I think it's a beautiful spot, not far from where I live. And in today's video, I just wanted to show you something really simple. It's the every and the sum array method in JavaScript. So in JavaScript, when you use arrays, you have sum and every. They are so useful. Sum, it's a little bit kind of the opposite of every, because every, you will see, will make sure that every single thing in the array is what you want. For sum is one of them, so that's why it's opposite, but it's actually not opposite. It's just that sum is at least one value in the array is true. It will be true or false depending of the condition you have. And every, it will just make sure everything is what you need depending of the lambda function you will pass by. Like, it's basically an anonymous function. So let's dig into it before I confuse you. I will just use node here in my terminal, and let's say I have a array. I will do a let my array, and here I will have some elements. So I will have, for instance, dog, perfect. Then I will have cat, perfect. Then I will have tree, perfect. And I can close my array, awesome. So now I have my array. What if I use my array, but I will use every? That function, so every works with the array we have here, and here I can either use a anonymous function, like I will make sure that we have, for instance, the elements needs to be a tree, for instance. So the element, or maybe it has to be, yeah, let's do tree. Of course, here you will see this one. I let you guessing what will be the value, but it will be false, because we don't have only a tree, we have a dog, a cat, and a tree. If all of the elements were a tree, then it would have been true. However, if I use sum here instead of every, I will use sum. That will be true because I have at least one tree. Now, if I use like plant, it will be false because I don't have any plants. Now in the opposite, so if we have a array, let's have a constant array, my tree, and here let's say that we have tree everywhere. Tree, perfect. And now I will do my trees, very easy, every, and that's the lambda, the anonymous function. So I will have my argument here, and so the parameter of the function, and then arrow. It's actually just a arrow, you know. You can just do, if it makes clear for you, we can do check if trees. So it's a fat arrow function, and then here we will have the type of tree, and then here it will be just type is tree. Oops, like this, and that's it. And now we can use my trees with every, and now I will pass check if trees, exactly like this, and this is true because we only have tree there. Now let's say that we want to check booleans. So for instance, I have true, so I will directly use an array here. So I will not create a new array like this, you know, as an instance. I will directly do this true, let's say, and then every, and here I can use boolean, and this will be true. Now if I have false there, it will be false. However, if I do have sum, it will be true because I have at least one tree. And that's really, really powerful to verify. Let's say we have two functions there, or three functions. We want to make sure all functions are returning true, are valid. Let's say I have one function is email valid. This of course it's like a dummy function. I will just do, let's say it will valid, let's imagine that function will validate your email. You know, it's like email, and then it's more than 10. Perfect, that's our function. And we'll have another function is mobile number valid, and here the same number, and then it will basically do the same length and more than 10. All right. I do have a little, oh yeah, of course I need a equal sign here. Perfect. And now I have is mobile number valid, and then I have is email valid, and here I have every, and I use boolean. And this will ensure that all functions are returning true, and because they are at the moment, it will be fine. But let's say here I have empty, and here it will be, my function will be also empty. Of course this will return false because I have a invalid phone number, a invalid email address. But as soon as I have something, and here too, so I need to specify my function. So don't forget the parentheses. Basically here, that was my bad, that one, this instruction is invalid because you need to call the function with the arguments. So that way it will not call the function, it will not trigger the function. So we need to trigger the function, otherwise we don't know if the email or phone number is valid. So here, let's imagine we have the function to validate our phone number and the function to validate our email, and it is true because I have something there and something there, and since it does check the length, it will return true. So that's really powerful. If you would like to check at least one is valid, is true, here even if it's empty there, so that one will be false, the is email valid will be false, but because here I have something, it will still be true. Oh, I do have, it doesn't like, cannot read properties of from null, yeah, because of length. I will just do, perfect. So this will be true, you see, but if I did every, it was false because this one is false. So yeah, some and every they are really powerful when you use arrays. I highly suggest you to use them. Even we can use here, if we just save a file test.js, and I will save it here. And let's say I have again a function like what we said, similar to what we did, is email valid email, and again I can have, let's have our flat arrow function, and here if this one is undefined, we'll return false. Otherwise, let's continue, and here you can even like call API to verify if a user has already the email, basically if the email is taken or not. We could call like an API, let's say like we have API instance and then email verification. We could also do that, and so on, and then it will return true or false. So like here const is email taken, perfect, and it will return that. And again, when you need to verify the email and then something else or multiple functions, let's say here it's just let's not have it in synchronous, let's do it that way, and just by doing this it makes your code more concise. shorter, cleaner, every boolean. But again, like I said, we can use an anonymous function, and here it will be element, and then you can check like element length higher than 10. Let's say here I have an array of multiple elements like names, let's say. So let's say I have an array, it will be names, and here to be my name, then another name, then another name, then another name, then another name, then and so on. And here then in our array we have names every, and we do validate it that way. If any names the length is more than, let's say 8, that will return 3. We can actually check that right away in our terminal. So if we do here, oops, perfect, I will again execute node. Alright, this is false, but if I do have 2 length 2, it will be 3, because all names the length are, every name is longer than 2 characters. You see, as simple as this. But now for the 8 length characters, if I did sum, it would have been, oops, it would have been 3. And none of them, none of them. If we do, that's interesting. Yes. Oh yeah, sorry, 6, but then it has to be at least 6 or higher than 6, because like in my case Pierre, but here what we did is like anything has to be longer than 5 characters. In our case, like Pierre 1 2 3 4 5 6, but this one didn't work since Pierre was only 6 characters length, and for the others it was negative as well. So we need 6 or equals to 6, and so Pierre would be 6 characters, and that would be 3 because we use sum. What else can we do? You can use this in you can store it like check length names as a fat arrow function like this, and now we can use check length names and sum, and then we just use check length names, and it will do exactly the same. Why I didn't want to, let's check the spelling. Oh sorry, my bad, it's because I have the same names. Yeah, so you have always to be extremely careful in the name you give. Let's just do that way, that will be just a little bit better, and this will yeah, this one actually will be false because we have length 5, and this should work. So let's try again. Oops, I will use node again, node on my terminal, and this is false, correct. Now if we change this one to be like this, it will be it should be 3. Oh yeah, because we have every. Now if I use sum SOME, perfect, it's 3. You see, really nice, really neat. I hope this video helps, and I wish you a happy coding session. See you in another video.